as it was most nights he stayed here. He easily fell asleep, usually around 1 a.m., only to awaken somewhere between 4 and 5. He would then do casework, mostly the online research which only seemed to suck up valuable time during normal waking hours. He was between cases right now, which is when he usually turned to the forever haunt. He would take out the thickening file of fading memories and reread articles his lips knew all too well. Tonight he'd altered his routine, left the file in the closed drawer, and instead reached back and found the plastic bag of clothes. It hadn't happened far from here, the murder of his father. At the corner of 10th Avenue and 47th Street, a block from the safety of home, an avenue from here, a nexus between his home life and his business, a perfect storm of tragedy and destiny. He should never have lost his father that day. Not in that way. Imagine if Joseph McSwain had lived. Where would Jimmy be now? Not awake, not being taunted by darkness that lived not only in the night sky, but inside his heart. Morning would shun the night and bring the new day it always did. Not the same for what ached inside him, because the wound never did go away. He knew the feeling too well, especially with the anniversary looming. He could hear the loud blast of a gun just as much as he could the constant ticking of the clock. A countdown indeed, the sort that kept sleep at bay. Jimmy released the faded curtain, closing out the waking city. Encased in his own world, he sat on the worn sofa, the bag of bloodied clothes keeping him company. His younger self still beside him. He leaned forward and instead grabbed the television remote. He flipped the power button, watched as the TV blared to life. He pressed the mute button, not ready for both sight and sound. The cable box always went directly to New York 1, the 24-hour news channel in Manhattan. Time was 4:31, the early morning anchor detailing the weather on the ones. It was going to be a normal February day, high of 37. He didn't have much planned for the day. At night, he had promised his mother he would pick up a sub shift at the Callaway Theater. Not his favorite job, ushering the people to their seats, but he did help in a pinch. Anything for Maggie McSwain, including ultimately solving the murder of the only man she'd ever loved. On the screen, Jimmy noticed video of a crime scene unfolding along one of Manhattan's waterfronts. Emergency lights swirled in the background, adding garish red streaks to the night. The scenario grabbed his attention. He clicked on the sound, rewound to get the report from the start. Breaking news now. Police have responded to a shooting that has taken place along the East River near 14th Street. Early reports have the NYPD Harbor Patrol retrieving a body from the river, but no other details have emerged yet. We are waiting for word from the officials on hand, but until then, we go now to our on-scene reporter Jillian Jansen, who is standing by. Jillian, can you tell us the latest?
Pat, police responded at about 3 a.m. to a call of shots fired on the pier here on the east side. We expect to hear from the responding precinct captain in a matter of minutes. Wait, I see someone walking to a makeshift podium. It's not the precinct captain, but NYPD Commissioner Patrick Delaware himself. This is an interesting turn of events, which makes this incident a high priority. Let's listen in.
Jimmy leaned in, as though doing so got him somehow closer to the action. He watched a distinguished, gray-at-the-temples man of about 60 step up to the microphone. As someone who took careful notice of the activities of the NYPD, Jimmy knew Delaware's florid face quite well, but it was the two men who flanked him that added to the unfolding intrigue. First, he recognized a one-time family friend, Lieutenant Lawrence Dean, and second, on the left side of the commish was another of his trusted lieutenants, Salvatore Frisano, who happened to be father to Francis X. Frisano, captain of the 10th Precinct in Chelsea and Jimmy's current lover. Seeing such a high-powered presence